Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News. Coming up in today's programme, Play Ball, a new university complex is officially open in Southampton. The Kestrels are flying high in their new home. We'll be live courtside. Also on the programme, fundraisers putting their best foot forward during the Great South Run. And we've all heard about walking football, but what about walking netball? We'll explain all very soon. Hello, I'm Leanne Goodall and this is your late afternoon fix of sport. Andy Murray, the former world #1, has claimed his first ATP title since having hip surgery. Murray fought off Stan Wawrinka in the European Open final, coming back from a set down to take the victory. He is the first singles player to return to the top level after such a procedure. England have begun preparations for their Rugby World Cup semi-final. With their win over Australia in the rearview mirror, they face New Zealand in Yokohama on Saturday. England hooker Luke Cowan-Dickie is relishing the challenge of facing a fearsome all-black side. The new sports complex at Solent University was officially opened last week. The facilities include equipment for a wide range of sports, as well as for individual athletes. Our reporter, Valia Pilianidi, is live at the sports complex for us now. Valia, how is it looking?
Yeah. Hello Leanne, thank you and welcome to the sports complex. We're very excited to be here because it's the official opening of the sports complex at Solent University. So the complex is a part of a £100 million development plan. The goal is to provide high-level performance equipment and facilities to students, staff and the public, as well as athletes who are seeking for perfection and excellence. The complex includes a main basketball court and a second multi-purpose court, as well as 2 fitness studios and a general-purpose gym. The head of sports at Solent University, Martin Naylor, and the Olympic artistic gymnast with Team GB, Kelly Sim, talked in front of our camera about the complex.
Well, it's the culmination of 20 odd years of work for the university. I've been here since 2001 and we've been talking about new sports centres since before then. So to have this now is fantastic for students and staff and the community really. So it's a great day.
I'm just so excited to see it finally opening. It's been 2 years in the process, so just to see it all, open and ready to use, it's so exciting.
So Valia, it looks very exciting over there. Has anybody got to play in it yet?
Actually, yes. The complex has been in full use since May, and it has been the home for the Solent Kestrels basketball team. This season, the team has managed to stay undefeated in the National Basketball League Division 1. I had the opportunity to watch almost every single home game, and honestly, Leanne, the team is doing pretty well. On Saturday, they played Leicester Warriors at the sports complex, and they beat them with an impressive score of 112-56. Ian Smith was the leading scorer with a double-double, racking 25 points and 11 assists.
Excellent stuff, thank you Valia. Now the Kestrels are playing Westminster Warriors this weekend from home. They are hoping for another big win on their way to the playoffs. England's newest cricket competition, the 100, had its inaugural draft last night. The Southern Brave put together a strong side, with Hampshire's James Vince and Liam Dawson remaining at the Ageas Bowl. They will join England's Jofra Archer as well as international stars Andre Russell and David Warner. Since England's third-place finish at the Netball World Cup in July, there's been a spike in the sports interest at grassroots level. Doug Webber went to Andover to find out more.
Long after the pupils have left the John Hanson Community School in Andover, Wednesday evenings are devoted to netball. England's recent third-place finish at the Netball World Cup is encouraging people from all backgrounds to get involved with the sport. Here in Andover, England Netball run a walking version of the game. But what's the difference?
Walking netball is a slower paced version of the game, so it's walking, you're not allowed to run. Taking out the jumping as well, so you've got to have one foot on the floor at all times. You've also got an extra second, so you've got 4 seconds to do something with the ball, whatever that might be.
Straight after walking netball, Rose also runs a back into session, giving the walkers the option to join in with the faster version of the game. Though the back into session usually attracts a younger clientele, both programmes provide great opportunities for all.
It's fantastic for getting older women active and actually combating a lot of the mental health side of it around loneliness.
I've always played some sort of sports, and when I left school I joined a netball corps. Oh, it's fun. It really is. It's a good night out.
I last did it when I was 12 years old, which is 48 years ago. It's wonderful. It's everything's positive about it. Lovely social element, lots of exercise, hand-eye coordination. So this is good for the body, good for the brain, and good for the heart.
And as for the players' review of their coach,
I think she's fantastic. I wish I was as tall as she is.
let's hope England continue to have success and bring more people to the sport. Doug Webber, Solent Sports News, Andover.
And Doug Webber joins us in the studio now. Welcome, Doug.
Thank you.
So you went along at the weekend, or last week, sorry, to film this. What was the general vibe when you were there?
Oh, it was fun. It was energetic, so active, and yeah, really happy, cheerful. Nothing negative that I could say about it. It was brilliant.
Excellent. We saw a mix of ages in your report. Tell me more about that.
So with the back into sessions, they run from kind of 16 to kind of maybe mid-30s, 40. But with the walking netball, Margaret there that you saw in the VT was in her 70s. She wouldn't divulge too much information on her age, but in her 70s. And yeah, they all loved getting involved with it, no matter the age.
So really a sport for all ages then to get
literally
involved. Fantastic. So after spending some time with them, what do you think is actually motivating people to go and play netball, and what do you think they get out of it?
Mixture of things. The mental health was mentioned in there, and it is great for people who are suffering with mental health issues and loneliness, as they said, but just the want for social, but in an active environment. I think that's the key to it.
Doug, thank you so much for going along and doing that for us and for coming in here today. That was really lovely. Thank you. Now, the streets of Portsmouth were filled with people raising money for their chosen charities this weekend. Harrison Reid was there to find out more.
The instalment of the Great South Run happened over the weekend, with over 20,000 people taking part and plenty more lining the streets in support of the runners. Catherine Lewis took part in her first ever Great South Run to raise money for her chosen charity, SANS.
I was running for a charity that's close to my heart, SANS, Stillborn and Neonatal Death Charity, a charity that's helped myself and my husband since the deaths of both of our children. Our first daughter was stillborn in 2016 and our second daughter died 16 minutes after she was born in 2017.
A gruelling 10-mile run for Catherine was met with an abundance of support from her friends and family.
I had a bit of motivation from the SANS committee members and members of my SANS family that were dotted around the course. Also dotted around the course was South Central Ambulance Service, my colleagues, cheering me on halfway on, and of course Nellie the elephant, the girls' teddy bear that kept me going.
Catherine wasn't the only other runner running in aid of SANS. A total of 22 participants entered the race to raise money that will ultimately support families and invest into the research as to what can be done in the future to prevent neonatal death. Harrison Reid, Solent Sports News.
Also in the Great South Run, a police officer competed for a children's cancer charity. Jeff Speake was inspired after meeting a young girl who had just recovered from the disease. He set about creating a big challenge in the hope of raising as much as possible. The officer and his colleagues pulled a police car along the 10-mile course. That's all from us here at Solent Sports News this week. Have a great week and we'll be back next Monday with all of the latest sporting stories.